Hey there, folks. I'm picking right back up where we left off after finishing the initial setup of HomeAssistant on Hyper-V. We'll now install a handful of add-ons that I consider essential. There are lots of super cool add-ons for HomeAssistant, like Hacks, Frigate, HAFusion, and many others. But today, this will be a short video detailing the 3 utility add-ons I can't live without. Before installing these add-ons, I should mention that a few HomeAssistant platform updates have been released, and as such, I've updated HomeAssistant Core from 2025.2.4 to 2025.10.4. I've also updated the HomeAssistant OS from 14.2 to 16.2. With that out of the way, let's install some add-ons. To access the built-in catalog of add-ons, click Settings in the left nav, click Add-ons, and click the Add-on Store button in the lower right corner. There are other avenues to install add-ons, but this is the built-in native means of doing so. The first add-on is the very unsexy but super helpful File Editor add-on. I'll manually search for File Editor, and once the other add-ons are filtered out, click the File Editor item. Next, I'll click the Install button in the lower right corner of the File Editor title box. Once the app is finished installing, I'll slide all 3 slider options to On for Startup on Boot, Start the App Watchdog, and to show the app in the HomeAssistant sidebar. Finally, I'll click the Start button in the lower left corner to activate the add-on. It's also from this page that we could stop, restart, or even uninstall the add-on. I'll click the File Editor link that is now in the HomeAssistant sidebar. The File Editor does what it says on the tin. It allows you to create, open, edit, or delete files and folders integral to HomeAssistant. When I need to make a quick edit, having an in-app method to make that change is quite handy. To get started, click the folder icon in the upper left corner, and from here you can access or create files and folders. If I scroll to the bottom of the list, you'll notice that from the File Editor, we can also access the HomeAssistant secrets.yaml file, which is something you'll potentially interact with a lot if you get deeper into the HomeAssistant experience. For now, I'll click away from the File Editor flyout navigation pane to close it, and we're ready to move on to installing the second add-on I recommend and use quite frequently, the ESPHome Device Builder. I'll click Settings in the sidebar, Add-ons, Add-on Store, search for ESPHome Device Builder, click the app name, click the Install button, slide all 3 sliders to On, and then click the Start button. Once the ESPHome add-on has started, I'll click the ESPHome Builder link that was added to the sidebar. ESPHome is a centralized interface to manage many different types of IoT smart plugs for use within the HomeAssistant ecosystem. It allows us to import and adopt smart plug switches, edit the associated YAML configurations, and update and deploy firmware to our devices. In my opinion, the HomeAssistant ESPHome Device Builder is a sidecar app to the separate web.esphome.io website. Functionally, the internet website and the HomeAssistant add-on behave quite similarly, though there can be unique benefits of each depending on how you prefer to flash your devices. My personal preference, however, is to use the web interface of a local ESPHome installation for the initial firmware flash, and then import the device into HomeAssistant using ESPHome Device Builder. We'll leave ESPHome as it is for now, but come back to it when we flash the smart plug later in this series. The third and last add-on I can't live without is the Samba Share add-on. This add-on allows you to access the HomeAssistant configs and folder structure from a Samba Share. This makes it easy to access configuration files remotely with an application like VS Code or Sublime. This kind of access allows me to perform find in-file searches, look for patterns in files belonging to different add-ons, and find setting configurations when I'm not quite sure where the setting might be. I'll click back into Settings, Add-ons, Add-on Store, and search for Samba Share. We'll install it the same way we have the other add-ons. Prior to clicking the Start button, I'll click the Configuration tab at the top of the page. The first thing we need to do is set up a username and password to access the share. This is a separate access profile and is not tied to the HomeAssistant account in any way. I'll enter HA folder access for the username and enter a password that I hopefully will remember. There are 7 folders listed in the Enabled Share section. I typically leave all of these options enabled, but if for some reason I didn't want one of them to be available over the share, I'd click the X icon on the right side of the pill to hide it. Since my test network is set up to use an IP format of 10.1.10.device IP, I'll click into the allowed host field and enter the CIDR notation 10.1.10.0/24, which corresponds to the network mask 255.255.255.0. In most of my setups, I will also remove the IP ranges that come standard when the add-on is installed by clicking the X for each one that I don't want. Feel free to leave these or add additional ranges based on your own network setup. With the settings entered, I'll click the Save button in the lower right corner, then click the Info tab at the top of the page, and click the Add-on Start button. Now, if we double-click this PC on the desktop to open an Explorer window, type in the IP address of the Home Assistant server, and click Enter, we'll be shown the Home Assistant folder structure as a network directory share. The files and folders we see here are some of the same files and folders we saw in the File Editor add-on that was installed just a moment ago. And that's it! These are the add-ons I install with every new instance of Home Assistant I set up. These aren't the only add-ons that I'll install in most circumstances, but any additional add-ons would be dependent on the unique data, requirements, or purpose of the instance being set up. And that'll do it for today. In the next video, we'll disassemble the Sonoff Smart Plug and flash it with ESPHome. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. Thanks for watching, and out.